What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Threesome Show with Bridget and your boy, Don
Right.
the Pleasure Coach. What's going on, Bridge?
What's up?
I am chilling. So tonight we are going to talk about a sensual massage. So, ladies, gentlemen, grab a pen and a piece of paper. I promise you, if you do this right here for your mate, or if your mate does this for you, I promise you it will be one of the most enjoyable nights you've ever had. So, um, basically, a sensual massage is where you kind of massage your mate in a sexual way without making it sexual automatically. Eventually, you'll get to sex, so don't get in the uproar. Don't be like, okay, we watching a sex show. No, eventually you'll get to sex, but that's not where you start at. The object is to basically just provide them with a massage where you're touching their body parts in a sensual way, and they're preparing their body for sex, but you're not going to immediately go to that. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to add some scent to the room. So either scented candles or incense is a great thing to do. And the reason that you're going to add the scents is going to be apparent in a moment. So second thing you're going to do is you're going to blindfold them. Now, let me add a caveat. This is not somebody who you're dating for the first time because they got to trust you. You're putting a blindfold on them. They got to be able to trust you. So you put a blindfold on them. You put headphones on them. You want to play their favorite song or their favorite music. Create a playlist of their favorite songs, but make them not anything heavy. You want them something that's kind of smooth and mellow, that they can kind of mellow out to, because that's what they're going to have in their ear the entire time. Okay? So once you put the blindfold on, you got the scents in the room, you got the headphones on. Now, what's going to happen is because their sense of sight is gone and their sense of hearing is gone, their sense of smell is heightened and their sense of touch is heightened. So now what you want to do is you want to add the oil to their body. Now, once you first put your hands on their body, you're going to always keep at least one hand on their body the entire time. So, what you're going to do is you're going to add the oil, try to make the oil warm, but not hot. So, when you're dripping it on their body, once again, their senses are heightened, so they're going to feel that. Once you start massaging the oil in, keep the oil close by. So this way, if you run out of oil while you're massaging their body, you can quickly grab it without removing both of your hands from their body. Always keep one hand. You want to start at their neck, go all the way down to their feet. You want to do that at least twice. Now, here's where the fun begins. After you do that at least twice, now you want to come back up from their feet and you want to go into their inner leg. Now their body is now expecting sexual contact. And you want to come up their leg, but you don't want to immediately go into sexual contact. So you want to get near their genital area, but not touch it. And as you go along and as you do this, their body is becoming more and more heightened to your sense of touch. And if if you're smart, you'll already be naked once you put the blindfold and the headphones on them. This way, once you get into the sexual part of it, you don't have to pause to take your clothes off. They can't see what's going on anyway, so they don't know that you're naked. But then once you get into the sexual aspect of it, you can roll right into it, and I guarantee it'll be one of the best sex that they've had and the best sex that you've had, because they've had that temptation going the whole time. They're tempted to continue on, and you're taking your time with it. And the same thing for you. Because you're not jumping into it immediately, Your erection will stay longer. Your orgasm will last longer, and it'll be one of the best sex you ever had. So, if you try it, I don't know. Let's call it this weekend. If you try it this weekend, come back to this video, make a note, let us know, and let us know how it went for you. But I guarantee I've enjoyed it. I've done it a few times. Not a staple of mine, but you know, I've done it. Um, Hold on, what we got here? Yes, for the smell good. Just know all women don't like fruity smells. Mm, never thought of that. Okay, so don't automatically use fruity smells.
Yeah, maybe some
Something
essential
sensual.
oils. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There
Hmm.
you go. Now
That
this
always
is
sets
where
the
you come
tone.
in because you know better what women like to smell than I do. So,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because I'm sensitive to certain smells. So I feel like essential oils is like certain, like, lavender, certain essential oils, like they're good.
mm,
Okay, Dawn, the
let's
pleasure
see.
coach with the education.
Let me see. Hold on. We said I've had it. I've had this once, and whoo. Okay, so somebody's enjoyed that. Okay.
Oh, she said she loves lavender and peppermint.
Yeah, those are two. So lavender is a very relaxing smell,
Yeah.
and peppermint definitely heightens your senses. It just automatically does. So good smells. Good smells.
Hmm.
So anybody who tries it, if you watch the video and you try it, come back. Let us know how it went. I guarantee, I can guarantee this. It'll be one of the best experiences that you've given and the best experience for you. What we got? Um, oh, eucalyptus and mint. Okay, okay. I'm getting better ideas now. I'm about to put this
Hmm.
in my repertoire. Okay. So we're also going to talk about this week. So this has been a video that's going viral. It's a gentleman who is basically putting women up on game. Um, and some of the game that he put women up on, I agree with. Some of it I don't. Some of it needs to be out there, especially with that one young lady. I can't think about her name, but what she went through, putting women up on game
Oh, yeah,
is
the
not a
lady
bad
with
thing.
the who did she get married to?
Yes,
Yeah, she need a
yes,
lot of game.
she does, but she's not the only one. There are women out
Yeah,
there.
women are naive.
Um,
Yeah.
women, I won't call it naive. All
What
right,
do
so
you
it's
call it?
naive.
What do you call it? I mean, I can admit that I was naive before. Like, I wasn't that naive. I would never be that naive. Hell no.
I won't call it naive. Let's call it hopeful. Um, a
Hopeful.
lot of
No, because some of the red flags was there.
yes,
She just chose to like hop, skip, and jump over them.
yes. Risa
Oh, okay.
Tisa is her name. So it's still being hopeful, and there are guys. It's probably few guys, but there are guys who've been hopeful that a relationship is going to work out, and that person is just really not have their best interest at heart.
Yeah.
There are women who have gone through the same thing. Like they, once you get up into your age,
That's the
let's see, I
word.
will
Sorry.
say, we are naive because we are hoping and wishing. Okay.
Yeah, but the comment after that, she said she was still hopeful, just delusional. That's the word.
Mm. So a lot of
Delusional.
times,
When it's right in your face and you still choose to be like, oh no, he can't be lying about this.
I agree. I agree, especially when it's right in your face. When the red flags are there, and you actively ignore those red flags, yeah, that's kind
Yeah.
of a delusional.
Yeah.
But we've all been there. We've all been there.
Yes, we all have no judgment. We all been a
You
little
know, guys,
delusional.
guys, girls. We've all wanted something, and we see the best in it, And unless you have somebody from the outside looking in, that's real willing to talk to you, you're gonna miss all of those red flags. And if you don't listen to the person who's talking to you, you're still gonna miss them.
Right. Yeah.
So we're gonna play this video. We're gonna see what he's talking about, and then we're gonna chop this video up because there's some things that I don't agree with. So we're gonna play the video, and we'll talk about it on the other end. Be right back.
He is not liking that girl's Instagram picture for no reason. It was a calculated move. If he tells you he's going through a lot and he needs some time to figure things out, he met somebody else. If he hates his ex, he's probably in love with her. There's no such thing as a man that's not romantic. If he really valued you like that, you'd have the decorated hotel on February 14th. If his friends cheat, he is most likely a cheater. If he grew up without a positive male role model, be prepared to deal with some sass. If he has social media but claims he won't post you because he's private, that's cap. He's probably trying to protect somebody else's feelings. If he was really private, he wouldn't have social media at all. If he follows a bunch of women that don't follow him back, congrats, you with a clown. If him and his mama don't have a positive relationship, he's going to have some narcissistic traits. If one of his homeboys keep flirting with you, he probably knows that your man is cheating. If you catching him in little white lies, there's a big lie that he got past you. Yeah, what's another one? Oh, if he accuses you of cheating, he's cheating. If he brags about how many women he's finessed, played, manipulated, used, 9 times out of 10, he's DL. If he doesn't protect and provide for you while you're in a relationship, he's not going to start doing it once y'all get married. If he hits walls or throw things when y'all arguing, he will eventually put his hands on you. If his female friends don't like you, they probably fucked him. I could do this shit all day. It ain't the girl he following that you need to be worried about. It's the one that he got blocked. If you got some more free game for you, hey man, it's Friday.
All right, so hopefully everybody was able to hear the video. You said you wasn't able to hear it, Bridge?
I didn't hear anything.
Okay. If you was able to hear the video, please drop it in the chat. Let us know so we don't move on forward. Let's see. We actually already have some.
Yeah, so I'm assuming they did hear it. I just didn't hear it.
Yeah, we got some that baby mama relationship. Pay attention. Let me hold on. Let me throw that up on screen. Wait, because I'm gonna need you to now you're gonna end up in the hot seat. I need you to expound on that. If he does nothing on V-Day, and you love V-Day, he hates you. Okay, so let's dissect this video. So I don't know a lot about social media etiquette. And I've learned a lot over the last probably 2 years or so about social media etiquette. So me liking a video or somebody's picture is just me scrolling through and liking the picture. Like it means nothing. Like it's nothing for me. But what he's saying is, if he's liking the picture, he's got underlying motives. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't necessarily feel like that way because it's like if he went to school with the person, grew up with the person, you know what I'm saying? It could just be like, oh, nice picture, I wouldn't necessarily say someone liking a picture means that you like them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like it's social media, that's how you engage with people. You like each other's pictures. Sometimes you might comment. But if it's like you being friendly and taking them comments to the DM, you know, and you in a relationship, then yeah, that's an issue.
Yeah, definitely stay away from the DMs. So sometimes I will comment on a story, for example,
Hmm.
which automatically goes to the DM. It doesn't go on the post.
Right.
And that's just because not everything is meant for everybody to see.
Mhm.
They might have a man who might feel a certain way if I say, "Hey, you look nice in that picture." I'm not coming on to you. I'm just agreeing that you look nice in that picture.
Right.
Um, but social media etiquette is is something else. I'm learning all about this now. It's like I'm old. I feel
Yeah.
like. What's this say? Let's say if he fights his ex new BF.
Boyfriend. Boyfriend. Just walk
Got you.
away. You're being delusional and he still wants her.
So, I agree. I agree with that. So, this you can have your own feelings about somebody, but if you are constantly forcing engagement with an argument, then yeah, you constantly just want to talk to them. Like, and if arguing is the only way you get to talk to them, then that's what you'll work on. Um,
Yeah.
it, Sometimes an argument for some people is just as good as a cool conversation because they get the engagement out of you. Hmm. He said something else. He said, he said if he doesn't have a good relationship with his mom, I'm gonna pause it right there. If he does not have a good relationship with his mother, if he cannot respect the woman who brought him into this earth,
Mhm.
he will never respect you.
Yeah.
Ladies, I promise you, if he cannot love, honor, and respect the woman who brought him onto this planet, I don't give a damn what the hell she's doing. He will never, ever respect you. He won't love
Yeah.
you. He won't care for you. He will not. He won't do any of the things that you want. Let's see. Think that depends on the type of mother you had. Yeah, Ray. I to an extent I agree, but there's still a certain amount of love that you automatically have,
Yeah.
especially
Now,
for a man.
yeah. Now I feel like if your mother just, because everyone don't have the same type of mother. So regardless if your mother made mistakes in the past, but your mother still loves you, you should always have love for her. You shouldn't hold nothing over her. But I do know some people that had very bad relationships with their mother, where it's like their mother can be extremely toxic, extremely rude, call them out their name. You know what I'm saying? At that point,
Mm.
it's just like I'm not gonna say no. I would never tell no one to disrespect their mother. You know what I'm saying? But I can see someone distancing themselves from their mother. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily disrespecting them.
Let's see. His mom or his child's mom. Just respect, especially if the kid's mom respects him. Now that I agree with. If you can't respect the woman who furthered your bloodline for real, like who brought your child into this earth, you can't respect her. How you gonna respect someone who really has no real connection otherwise?
Yeah.
Um, Now there are women out there and there are men out there who are just toxic, and they can't take the fact that it's over, so they create arguments and they fight. That's a different breed. We'll talk about them another time. But if your child's mom or your child's dad is respectful and you do everything in your power to disrespect them, you secretly are mad because you're not with them anymore. Like
Mhm.
you're mad and you want to start the fight.
Yeah.
Um, Let me see what else he talked about. Oh, he said something on there that
I know
I definitely didn't like.
one thing. I know
Go
one
ahead.
thing because I watched the video earlier. But one thing he talked about is not posting your significant other on social media. I personally don't I don't agree with it, but at the same time, it's like to a certain extent. Like if y'all are dating, no, I don't feel like you should expect someone to post you on social media. If y'all are in a relationship, I don't know because me personally, I always been a private person, regardless of who I was dealing with and the type of relationship
Right.
we had. I just feel like it's nobody's business because even when social media was first created, like I'm talking about like MySpace days, I had like someone make a fake account and like with someone I used to deal with, and then It was just a whole bunch of mess. And ever since then, I'm like, I never wanted to like post nobody that I dealt with on social media. Now so even if you're in like boyfriend and girlfriend, certain, because it's like, are you trying to come off that you're single? You know what I'm saying? But also depending on the type of Instagram you have, you might want to only show certain content. You know what I'm saying? Like some people have
Right.
it that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody's an artist, they might only want to show their music on their page. They might not want to show their kids, or if someone's a model where they showing, little sexy pictures and stuff, they might not want to include their boyfriend on the page or their children on the page. You know what I'm saying? So it has no ties to them. Um, but if you're married, I'm not gonna lie, that's the one thing, like, how are you married to someone and you're not proud to show the world that this is your wife? And I have seen that. I've seen men that were married and you wouldn't even know that they was married because they never post one picture on their page of their wife. So I wouldn't say dating. I wouldn't say a relationship. It depends on how long y'all been in a relationship. But definitely if you're married and you're not posting your spouse, but you doing everything else on social media, it's like, what is you hiding?
So one thing I've learned over the last, probably the last two, 2.5, 3 years of my life,
Hmm.
the most important thing is not what you post, is what's going on in real life.
Yeah.
Um, I was definitely an avid poster at one point, where I posted everything going on in my relationship. But then when it came to the end of that relationship, I realized it wasn't really real. Like, was I really posting what was really going on, or what I
Yeah.
hope was going on?
Right.
And the same thing with her. Like, I noticed that a lot of things that she said on social media, she said the exact opposite to me in real life. So it was like,
Okay.
it would be things like, "Oh, he gets me," but then she would say, "Oh, you don't understand who I am." So what the hell you just post that for? Like, who are you fronting for?
Right.
Um, I think it's more important that you have happiness in real life than what you portray on social media. Because
Yeah.
eventually, everything that you portrayed is gonna come to truth when
Mhm.
it breaks up. And people are
Right.
gonna be like, "Oh my God, they broke up. They was always so happy." They wasn't. That was just what they
Yeah.
posted.
Right.
Um, I like to be able to post true, authentic, enjoyable moments.
Yeah.
Um, and as you go through those true, authentic, enjoyable moments, if you want to post that in a story, post it. But just understand that not everybody who sees your post has the best of intentions in their prayers. Some people are praying against your relationship.
Yeah.
And the more you put it out there, the more they sit there and go, "Oh my God, I hope they fail. Oh my God, I can't
Yeah.
wait till they
Right.
break up.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
They too
people,
happy."
people, people are envious too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I see one of the comments. She said, "I'm not gonna lie. I used to be so hung up on my ex posting me." I was like the whole opposite. I'm not gonna lie. Like somebody I used to deal with, I didn't want him to post me because he was embarrassing. Like I know that he was cheating on me. So the last thing I wanted was for people to be like laughing at me, like, "Girl, you dumb as hell." So I would be like, I'm not posting him. Don't fucking post me. Cause it was kind of embarrassing, you know what I'm saying? Even though I had no business dealing with that person, but at that point, that's the thing though. You gotta think about that. Like your man posting you and then your man and other women's DMs, and I can even say some women's husbands, you know what I'm saying? That shit is embarrassing. Like when they like, damn, like her nigga all in my DM, like, trying to talk to me. Um and then it's like that person might go around like, yeah, girl, do you know what you gonna call it? Her man was in my DM, like. So I just be feeling like unless you're completely exclusive, but even then, you still got a chance of being embarrassed.
Yeah. Like it's better to, in my opinion, it's better to make sure that your relationship is happy in real life, and don't worry
Yeah.
about social media. I've seen
Yeah.
many women who have never posted their man on social media, um, and then come to find out, and this was when I was single. I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying, what's up? And they was like, no, I'm in a full blown relationship, and I'm like, oh, so you
Yeah,
happy?
yeah,
Um, but it's not what you see on social media; it's what you see in real life. When you
right.
see them
Yeah,
out at a restaurant and they sitting there booed up, and you like, oh damn, like don't go off of what you see on social media. Go off of what the true person is going through.
right. Yeah. I wouldn't care about being posted on social media. If you treat me right in real life, that don't mean nothing to me.
He said something else that struck me as odd, and maybe it's just not me knowing social media etiquette, and I'm cool with that. He
What did
said
he
if your
say?
man, he said if your man is following a bunch of women but they're not following them back, congratulations, you're with a clown. Maybe he just
No.
enjoys their content. Like why? Why does it have to be that?
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. I mean, and then I feel like a man is a man. Some men just like looking at women, even if they know like they'll never have a chance with that woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't think nothing wrong with the man following. I feel like men do it all the time. They be following bitches pages that just shaking ass. It might just be something he likes to look at.
Like I'll go ahead and get transparent for a second. I follow the baddies. You know what I'm saying? Like I follow the bad. I watch baddies.
Hmm.
So it's entertainment. I follow them. Um, I follow some of them, but it's not that I'm being a clown. Well, I follow them through the page, through the threesome show page, but I follow them just because I want to see their content. Like I want
Right.
to see what they're doing. I don't know if that's being a clown, so to speak, but
No.
I guess if you have a guy that's trying to be out there and not getting it's not being reciprocated, then that's a clown. But just because you follow somebody or you follow a group of females, I don't think that makes you a clown.
Yeah, I see
Um,
one of the comments. She said, as long as he's not basically being thirsty under the post, you don't care, you know, and I can agree with that.
yeah, like first of all, following somebody and liking a picture is different from commenting on every single picture they put out.
Yeah, people follow people for different reasons. You know what I'm saying? So even if a man is following a whole bunch of women, maybe he like how these women dress or something. Maybe he want to influence his woman to dress different. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I follow like you know what I'm saying. So it's like people follow what they either want to see. Like I follow fitness pages. I might follow like styling pages. Like you know how you style outfits. I might follow makeup pages or hair pages. You know what I'm saying? People follow different for different reasons. You know, it's social
Yeah.
media. That's what Instagram is for.
Exactly, and I can't agree with that part of what he said. What was something else that he said? Oh, brags about if he brags about women that he conquered or disrespected, that he's on the DL. I don't know about that part, him being on the DL,
Yeah,
but I think he just lets you know that he don't have respect for women, and you should
yeah,
probably run for that reason. I don't guys that's on the DL. I think they really do a lot more to cover up their tracks of being on the DL.
yeah,
That's why they're on the DL, I guess.
yeah. I definitely wouldn't say that means they on the DL. Um, I would say they have no respect for women. And me personally, you know, like it's cool to state your opinion on certain things, but if you just like have this hatred for women, I mean, I can okay, so I can see where they coming from. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I felt that way about someone before. I felt like you truly hate women, but I can't say for a fact that he was on the down low. But it's like everything out his mouth was a woman's fault. It's a woman's fault. It's a woman's fault. So I'm like, you hate women. You sexually attracted to him. Like, yo, fuck them. But you really hate women. So I could see why someone would say you on the down low. They could be.
Mm, mm. No, I'm definitely with you, and it seems like
Yeah,
the comments is with you as well. Um, so it's one thing that I'm gonna go to Ray's comment first, and I'm gonna go back up to Nikel's. Um, so it's not about bragging about who you smash, especially who you're talking to. So you might be talking to someone that you just want to kind of get them to understand the inner workings of your mind. Um, so yeah, but most guys don't brag. You don't brag. It's
yeah,
just it is what it is. You've been there, you've done that. That's it. Um, to be honest, I had a man tell me he could he could bag more women than I do men. So first of all, any guy who thinks that he can get more women than a woman can get men is delusional.
yeah. Some men really be delusional.
The ugliest woman on this absolute planet. I don't care if she got half a leg and one full one. She could still get more men than you could get women.
Yeah,
Bottom line. She can go to the
yeah,
club and leave every hour on the hour with a different man, and you would still be trying to get your first one. So, guys, if you think by any stretch of the imagination that you're so pretty that you can get more women than your girl can get men, you might be harboring some DL traits. Just
yeah.
saying.
And women is a lot more humble about it. So that's why don't be thinking that women can't be getting men, or that they not going to throw it out there like that. But that do not mean that a woman DM is not full. Men is not asking to take them out on dates. Women just is humble about it. They don't let it get to their head.
Yeah, so women are more discreet about what they do than a man. Um, Guys, it's a trophy. For women, it was something I enjoyed. It was pleasure, but I'm gonna keep it to myself, me and my homegirls.
Yeah.
So yeah, any guy out there right now that hears the sound of my voice that thinks that you are more attractive to women than your girl is to men, first of all, you don't care about your woman. Because how could you not think she's that attractive, but you want to be with her?
Right. And who
That's
even
first
said
of
something
all.
like that?
Yeah, like first that's first and foremost. Like, how can you think that a woman's attractive, but you think that you're more attractive than she is? Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that's clown
you're searching
behavior.
for the right guy and not the right woman.
Yeah, because that to me that's clown behavior. Like you as a man, if you coming around the person you dealing with, you sitting here bragging about you could get other women. So go be with those other women. Like why you in my face? That's that's corny to me.
Yeah, you should have burst his bubble. You definitely should have burst his bubble. Um,
Yeah, he would have been mad too. Like, oh, let me show you
oh,
my
he'd have
DM.
been
Let
stuck.
me humble your ass real quick. He would have been butthurt.
See, I know women that would have been like, "Yo, let's put it
He
to a
he was a
test."
he was a narcissist, clearly. She said he was her boyfriend. Yeah. If you in a relationship with a man and he's saying stuff like that, he's definitely a narcissist because he's basically trying to make you as a woman feel like you're less than, like, oh, I got other options. You're not the best. When in reality, you probably one of the best that he might have ever had.
And ever will have.
Yeah. But the narcissists will never want you to know your own worth. So that's why they're gonna try to make it seem like, oh, you're never good enough. It's better out here. I'm getting better out here, even though they might not be.
Yeah, it's these clowns out here that makes that video true, but that's not the general, like the real guys that are out there, the real guys who are trying to find a good woman. And he may not be trying to find a good woman for a lifetime. It may just be for a time. But he's still gonna treat her like gold.
Yeah.
It's guys like that that make all those other guys seem like what they doing is all wrong.
Yeah. Oh, didn't he say something about if his best friends are trying to talk to her, that means he
Yes,
knows that he's cheating or something like that? Definitely. I
yes.
believe I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
So there is so much truth to that statement that he said.
Hmm.
There is so much truth. So if your man's homeboy is trying to push up, he already knows that he's cheating. So you cheating don't seem like a bad situation.
Yeah.
And he was
And
cheating. Yeah, there you
and
go.
yeah, and I also like in the other statement that he said is that if your man's homeboys is cheating, he's probably cheating.
That
I do believe that too. Cause you know you are who your friends are. My mother, that's one thing my mother always told me. I remember I had a group of friends when I was like a little younger, and they was all some little hoes. And I was like, I'm not hanging around them because I don't want people to think that I'm just like them. You know what I'm saying? So if your man friends is cheating, that's how he cheating. Now, if you got a group of male friends that they settling down, they getting married, they cherish their wives, most likely you will want that too. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you might have a friend that's
hmm.
like he can't get his shit together, but you know,
So let's see. I saw the BFF with multiple women. Mm. And let's see. I do not believe the around a cheetah, so you a cheetah. So I'm split on that
he
one because
said,
I've actually
I don't
been
know, that's a woman.
I've
They
been in a
said, so if I got a
situation.
friend that's a hoe, I'm a hoe. No, but if you associate yourselves with hoes, like if you hang around a bunch of crackheads and you the only one that don't smoke crack, people gonna assume that you're a crackhead. I'm just saying, like that don't mean that you're
Eventually,
actually that. But I'm not about to hang around people that I'm not like. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm an entrepreneur. Before I became an entrepreneur, I wanted to be around other entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not about to hang around five bums and then you become the sixth one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying you're necessarily a hoe or your man is necessarily cheating, but 9 times out of 10, if y'all around all of these different types of women, they might be like, "Oh, come through. We got all of these girls. We chilling, and your man might fall for it."
yeah. So I've hung out with guys who were habitual cheaters, and at the time, I was in a committed relationship. I was very happy in my relationship. I knew what they were doing. Hmm. But even though I knew what they were doing and I was in a committed, happy relationship, I can't say it didn't want to pull me into that. I cannot say that there was not moments that I sat there and said, you know what? This shit might be fun for tonight. So there might be a little bit of truth to what he said. Um, so guys really are the company they keep to a certain extent. Um, if a guy's around, like you said, a bunch of married men, eventually they're gonna do the married thing. Um, if a guy's around a bunch of dudes who can't possibly see themselves settling down and they would rather be around them than their girl, there's something to look at. Let's keep in mind we never know what rules folks have in their relationship. And that's true. That's true because some relationships are open. So some women and some men may sit there and say, you know what? I know what he's going out there doing. I'm cool because I'm about to leave and do the same thing. Unless you know that that's the case, just keep a sharp eye. You know, if your man is around a bunch of dudes and every time his friends come around, they got a different girl, and those girls don't know that he's just playing the field, watch it, man. Watch who you dealing with.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like your man probably at heart will be loyal, but let one joint night happen, he might be tempted. You just never know. And I feel like it's easy when you are around other people that know being wild.
Yeah, because I have quite a few homies that they're not the settling down type. Like that's not their bag at all. Um, but I also know, since that's not their bag, maybe we can't hang out as much because I'm comfortable where I'm at. I'm comfortable who I'm with, and being around you and multiple women only sets myself up for failure. So, oh, what's this? Natalie Nunn and her husband, prime example. Don't judge me. Nat be getting it in. Yeah, yeah. And I shouldn't know this, but I watch baddies. Fuck that shit. I'm admitting on the podcast. I watch baddies.
You funny
Um,
as shit.
so yeah, Natalie Nunn is doing her thing, and she knows her man. When she's on the road and she's out making the money, she knows her man is doing his thing or whatever. But whatever they got works for them. So, but also Natalie also hangs out with a bunch of women who are out there doing their thing.
Yeah, they just said recently allegedly she was cheating on her husband too, or I guess she was messing with someone else while they were having a break, quote unquote. Um,
And I guess
so
we
it's
we,
like,
we, we could we could address this on another show. But from what I understand, she's actually getting it in with the channel owner or whatever. So I don't know how much truth it is to that. I ain't trying to start no beef or nothing, but from what I understand, she was and a couple of other the cast from Baddies was getting it in with Lemmy. So eh, cheating is a fickle beast, and unless you have somebody who you can really rely on and depend on is not doing that, if you can't trust the person you with, don't be with them. Let's just say that. Like,
yeah,
and trust don't mean I can look through his phone every moment. Trust means I don't have to look through his phone. Trust means
right.
I don't have to look through her phone. I know without a shadow of a doubt that everything is everything. Now, if you get caught out there and you think everything's everything, and she's really cheating, you got caught up and move on. But if you got to sit there and be ducking behind bushes to see where they at and what they doing, just leave the equation.
Yeah, yeah, seriously.
So you also had some topics that you wanted to, or a topic that you wanted to talk about.
Yes.
Let's see. Trust is you have the passcode, but you still don't need to look. Yes, exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. I'm a firm believer. If I can't leave my phone with my girl, or my girl can't leave her phone with me, then there's something going on. Because if I pick up your phone and you sitting there go, oh, wait, let me switch what's going on there first. It's a
Right.
problem. But I leave my phone down, unlocked. The only reason I have a passcode on my phone is so that if it gets stolen, that's it. But what you got for us? Because you had a topic that whoo, yeah, we gonna talk about.
Yeah. So it's a topic I wanted to discuss is where is the disconnect within Black relationships?
Yeah, that's a huge question, a huge topic, and I hope that even if you watch this show later on, even if you're not live, we definitely want to know the answer to this. So I think that this is just my opinion. One of the biggest disconnects in black relationships is two people trying to outdo one another.
Yes.
So two people not realizing that if I help you get ahead a little bit more, and you reach back and you pull me up, and then I get ahead a little bit more, and I reach back and I pull you up. We both moving forward.
Right.
Um, what we have right now is a situation where everybody's crabbing a barrel. Like,
Hmm.
I can't get there yet, so I need you to stay here with me. Or if I get ahead, I feel like I'm better than you,
Yeah.
and I need to get rid of you.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but it's true.
Yeah, it is. I feel like disconnect can come from because I think a while ago I looked up like one of the main reasons people get divorced, and it said financial reasons. I feel like Black women are become very highly educated, and they're thriving at their careers, where some women are the breadwinners. Um, and to men, sometimes that can make you feel less than a man, or like sometimes men. I'm not saying women aren't, but sometimes I feel like men kind of have that competing thing in them, where it's like
Mm.
I have to outbeat her, or I feel less than a man if I'm not making more than her. And then I would also say some women, when they do become the breadwinner, it's like they have like a lack of respect for their man, and so it's because they know they have this the power is in their hands. I make more money than you. I pay more of the bills, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have you're creating like a lack of respect for your man, because you feel like he should be doing better than you, not looking at it like it's okay. You might not be where you're at, or this is where we're both at, and we're building towards what we want. um so I feel like the fact that women lack of respect for each other. um you know what I'm saying. I also feel like disconnect within Black relationships is like we're not taking the time to truly get to know each other and our wants before hopping into a relationship or a marriage, or having a child with each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's creating all these broken homes.
So the best thing or the best advice that I would give to any black couple out there, if you're first starting to date, um, if you've been dating for a little while and you're trying to think about making the next step into making it a committed relationship, truly get to know that person. Give them the space to say who they really are, and either appreciate them for who they are or walk away from them because that's not what you can deal with. Um,
Right.
we are so judgmental to what other people are going to through, and not realizing that we got our own skeletons in the closet as well.
Yeah.
Um, and that creates a huge disconnect. Like for a guy, and this is just an example, for a guy to think that a woman's body count um, really speaks to her character, but your body count says that you're a conqueror. Well, if she was single when she did what she did, does it really matter? Like any guy over the age of, well, shit, at this point, any guy over the age of 18 who thinks he about to meet a virgin, you're a fool, and you're being foolish.
Yeah.
Because if you were a virgin at the age of 20, 18, 19, 20, you would think that that's a deficit. Like, but we keep this double-edged sword for men and women, and that creates a huge disconnect
Yeah.
because we expect a woman to be a certain thing, but we don't expect men to be a certain thing.
Yes. And and I feel like that also plays with a lack of respect, because I feel like when it comes to any race, you have cheating can be involved. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Black women get it hard because it's like our men cheat, and then it's like we're the worst person in the world when we speak up for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Or we're
Right.
not allowed to be hurt. We're not allowed to be frustrated. And it's like, it could be a happy home if you weren't out disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if someone chooses to have an open relationship, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in a relationship or a marriage and we agree to be loyal to each other and be committed to each other, and then you're stepping out, you wouldn't like it if I went and stepped out on you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like treat someone how you want to be treated. But if you don't treat someone the same way you want to be treated, you can't be mad at them for being upset, being hurt, and then being like, oh, all you do is bicker and argue, da da da, but you're not making them happy. You're hurting them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a huge thing, um, a huge disconnect in Black relationships too. The fact that it's like, why can't we be loyal to each other? And it's not something that started, this been going on for generations, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like as a Black community, we lack with our relationships because that's why it's harder for us to have things because we don't have solid relationships. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Our marriages aren't lasting. I think Black people have the highest divorce rate out of all races in America, so
We
it's
do.
like we'll sit here and be like, oh, we want this, we want that, but it's like we're not coming together to build a union, be loyal to each other, treat each other right so that we can actually have things and build with each other.
It's it falls into the realm of that no judgment zone.
Hmm.
If you can't speak to your mate, um, and not have judgment cast on you, then you really need to sit back and say, is this the person that I really need to spend the rest of my life with? And
Right.
and I'm gonna add to that because I don't know. All right. So and I really want, if you watch the video, I really want you to chime into this even after the live is finished and you're watching the video. If you watch this and you can add some content to this, because what I don't know is, does the LGBTQ community still go through the same situations? So I know I can speak from a heterosexual standpoint, where in a relationship that you run into those judgments, and women run into those judgments,
Hmm.
and they're sitting there trying to battle that situation. Is the LGBTQ community enduring those same type of situations where they can't speak their mind openly to the person that they're with? Um, and I say that because um, I don't think that enough shows like this really address the LGBTQ community unless it's an LGBTQ show. We all inclusive. Like it's everybody's welcome, because what you might be going through in the LGBTQ community, you still might be able to help somebody on the heterosexual side.
Yeah.
So if you watch this show, I really want to know, is that something that you all endure? Um, that constant judgment, or I make more money, so you are less than me. You got to bow, yield, kneel to me. Like, what's really going on the other side of the coin? Help us out.
I mean, I have a friend and I absolutely feel like they do. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we can always have
Really?
people come in. Yeah. I have a friend and she's I don't want to label her as something, but she messes with women and they absolutely have the same issues that we have. You know what I'm saying? Or I make more money than you. So it's like I don't respect you, you know what I'm saying? Because I think that I'm better than you, stuff like that. So the same issues, yeah. So I definitely know, I know that they have them because I have a friend, so she, we always talk, and she goes through the same exact issues. Um, yeah.
Yes, it happens even in LGBTQ relationships. I have a BFF who has had these same issues. Shake my head.
Yeah.
So the floor is open for everybody to speak on this,
Mhm.
because there is a disconnect in black relationships, whether it is heterosexual relationships or I'm understanding LGBTQ relationships. If it's black, it's failing. Let's find out why. Let's talk to this
Absolutely.
host. Let's talk to this video and let's find out why. Let's fix the issue. And not just sit there and think that, oh, what I'm going through is exclusive to me. Let's find out exactly what's going on across the board and let's fix it. Because I don't care who you are or what your sexual preference is. If we gonna build in relationships, we gotta build.
Right. Yeah. And it's so many benefits of having a healthy relationship, a healthy marriage, you know. That was another question that someone had asked me, you know, what are the benefits of marriage? And there are a lot of benefits.
Oh, there's a ton of benefits. And
Yeah.
it's not just tax fucking deduction benefits.
No.
Like let's talk about the benefits of being with someone who you're married to and y'all are both striving towards the same goal.
Yeah.
Every single person who listens to the show, who views the show, I promise you, you can do all things by yourself. However, if you got somebody strong by your side, somebody who's your cheerleader by your side, there is so much more you can accomplish. Um,
Right. I
and
I
we go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. I just like, even when it comes down to, like, you know, no, it's not just financial, but it's like you have a companion, you have someone you grow old with, a best friend. You know, you have someone that's gonna a relationship is more financially stable when it's, you know, two people. You by yourself, like, yeah, you probably could afford, depending on your income, you probably can afford a $250,000 house, but you with your partner can afford a $500,000 house. You know, benefits of being married is that when you have children, you have a two-parent household, which is a lot stable household, you know, where one parent might be still at work, the other parent is starting dinner and helping with homework. You know, it's a fact that when there's a fatherless household or a motherless household, your child tends to fall into being a statistic. You know, your child might either be on drugs, your child might eventually go to jail, your child might have a teenage, you know, be a teenage mom or father, you know. And I think that's where we are having these generational curses, you know, that we must break. You know, I feel like black households, like, you know, why we can't have Sunday dinner, you know what I'm saying, or dinner every single night, you know. And we sit here and wonder why. It's like, you know, we look around, we see these nice houses, like, dang, I want something like that. But it's like we're not respecting our partners to even get to that point. You know, it's a lot of benefits to being married, you know. Um, some people don't think about, you know, in the long run, like, do you really want to be old by yourself? You know, no, you don't. It's easy for people to say that now, you know what I'm saying? I've heard some men like, oh, just throw me in a nursing home. That's the last thing you want. Them people do not care about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why
They
not,
they don't.
you know, like, why not enjoy your life to the very end as close as you can with the person that you love? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is life if you can't enjoy it with someone? Like,
And
so,
it's funny that you say that. I watched the show. Can't think of what the show was, but he basically made it. And during his climb to the top, he got rid of the woman who had been by his side the whole time.
mhm.
And when he finally made it, and he reached back to her because he wanted to let her know, hey, I really need you here. She had moved on. She had moved on. She was doing her own thing. She was happy, and he was like the the most hurtful part of all my career advances was when I finally got to the top and realized I had nobody to share that with. There was nobody to
Yeah.
talk to about it. Nobody who understood the struggles it took for me to get to that point.
Yeah.
So if you have somebody who is on your team, who is riding for you no matter what, like really, really, really look at who you have with you and not, oh, I'm pulling down 100 grand and they pulling down 75 or they pulling down 50 grand. If they're bringing something to the table, eat together.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's so common for us as black people, unfortunately, that when we get to a certain level, we start to listen to people that's on that level tell us that the person who's been with us the whole way through is no longer good for us.
right. And then it's like us also feeling like we don't need each other. Like we absolutely need each other. You know, and some of us women, we were taught that we didn't need a man by having extremely strong mothers or strong grandmothers. You know what I'm saying? And that mistaken, I feel like it's being mistakenly like, not that you don't need a man, you don't need a man that's gonna just treat you like anything, but we absolutely do need each other, you know. Um, so I feel like, and the same with men, you know, like I feel like if a man becomes successful, he might feel like, oh, I don't need a woman. I can deal with whoever I want. You know what I'm saying? But if your money starts to fall short, if you're getting older, you're gonna look for a companion. You know, you might not be able to get that by that point.
Yeah, and especially if you have somebody who truly appreciates you for you,
Yeah,
not for what you bring to the table, but they appreciate you for you. If you have that person in your life, then I really implore you to take a moment, step back, and say, this person would be on my side, on my team, whether I made $1 million a year or I made $50,000 a year. It doesn't matter.
yeah, yeah.
That's the person you
And
need to be with.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's like a whole list of good reasons to be married. You know, like even just think about it. Like if you're single, right? When it comes to like cleaning up the house, it's only you there to do every single thing. You know what I'm saying? When you have a partner, like you can
Mm-hmm.
split those roles. Like, okay, I cooked last night, you cook tonight. You wash the dishes, I'm gonna mop the floor. You know what I'm saying? So it takes less stress off you, even when it comes to bills, um, you know, and even obtaining things you want or like, you know, vacations, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's two people that are working towards something, you know. So to me, I feel like it does make it less stressful. I had one of my clients ask me, um, me being single, like, are you lonely? And I'm like, no, I'm not lonely. Like when I go to sleep at night, I be fine. Like, you know, but I get frustrated as a woman because I'll be like, dang, bless you. Um,
Thank you.
where I get frustrated as a woman, I might be like, I wish I had a partner because I'm trying to obtain certain things in my life. Like I'm trying to buy a house. And that's not a reason, that's not just a reason to get a partner, but it would make it a lot more easier if you had a partner to do certain things with. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people be like, oh, it's only beneficial for the woman to get married. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
Because
beneficial all the way around.
yeah, you
All
know,
the way
it like
around.
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like if even as a man, if you have a wife, she cooked that night, or she might clean your clothes for you or iron your clothes for you, whatever the case may be, y'all are helping each other out, you know. So I just don't see how that and it's never we're not even talking about financial, you know what I'm saying? Like you also have a support system, which some people don't have. If you're single and you going through it and you're depressed or you like you need advice when it comes to your work environment, who better to give you advice than your best friend, your partner? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you will
Exactly.
forever have a support system. Y'all will be more financially stable. Even if you was to just get fired from your job tomorrow, your woman has a good job, makes really good money. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna cover the bills. You take your time and look for a job that fits you. Don't settle for anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's where y'all fall back on each other. So I feel like it's very beneficial to be married.
There are so many benefits far beyond the financial to being married, but having that support system or somebody who is really there to make sure that that foundation stays stable
Yeah.
Um, and a lot of people don't realize that marriage starts before you say I do.
Yeah.
But we definitely gonna tackle that a little more
Yeah. I
on a later segment because but a lot of people think that the marriage is the wedding. Nope. The marriage is the engagement. Nope. The
yeah.
marriage is the say I do. Nope. The marriage happens so far before you get to the I do point in your life.
Mhm.
And if you
Yeah.
have somebody who's on your team and in your corner before
Right.
you get to the engagement, before you get to the all the things that really make all your friends happy,
Right.
if you're happy before you get to that point, you're probably on a good foundation. But if all you're doing is you're waiting for the engagement, the I do, but you have not created a stable foundation, I guarantee you your house will crumble.
Yeah. I
Um,
feel like marriage, like me personally, people ask me all the time, like, why you don't have kids? And I say because I'm not married. You know, I want to be married. Because I personally feel like if you can't see yourself with me, why could you see yourself having a child with me for the rest of our lives? You know, and to me, like
right.
having a structured family is very important. You know, like I grew up, my father wasn't really around, and my mother was a single mother of four children. So when she was always at work, I had no father around. You know what I'm saying? And that even came down to like school. Like I had no one there helping me with my homework, you know, so where my mother couldn't make up for it, my father was just absent, you know. And I feel like we can all agree everyone always wants the best for their children, you know what I'm saying? But a two-parent household is the best for your children. So no, I understand everything will not always work out, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was mindful of dating someone and knowing that y'all had the same beliefs, the same morals, you know what I'm saying? And then creating a union, you know. But we absolutely need that, you know, structure with our family before we have children, you know, and involve our children. Because if that, like I said, it's like your child will just become a statistic. And then it's a ongoing thing where it's like, how are we breaking this pattern as Black people? You know what I'm saying? Like we just have all these broken homes. You got 10 kids by three or four different women. You definitely can't be, you know, yeah, I'm not knocking you as a father or mother, but you can't be in all those places at one time, you know, and then it's just generations after generations of us not building nothing or falling to statistic or coping with drugs because my daddy wasn't around, or me selling drugs because, you know, I wasn't set up for life to go to college and all this stuff, you know. So I just feel like it's very beneficial, and I feel like us as Black people have to do better, love each other, realize we need each other, you know, so that we can strive, you know. There's no reason why we should look around and be like every other race, you know. It has these wonderful things, you know, we're lacking, and it's like we're just being oblivious, you know, we're being ignorant to not seeing where we falling short at and why this keep happening to us.
I couldn't have said it better, and I was gonna close out, but you pretty much closed it out. Like,
No.
bottom line is, if you missed the whole show, take that last 3 minutes of the show right there, and play it over and over again. Before you get into a relationship with anybody, and we'll close it out with this. Before you get into a relationship with anybody, know who you're dealing with. Um, don't ignore the red flags. You know, open your mind to asking the questions that will answer who you want to be with, not just for today,
Yeah.
not just for a weekend, but who you want to be with for the rest of your life. And if you ask those questions and they can genuinely answer those questions correctly, then pursue further. But if you see a red flag, don't ignore the red flag. Run. Um, I promise you, we, we're speaking from experience or things that we've researched.
Yep.
Um, the both of us, you know, I'm Don, and this is my girl Bridget, and I
Yes.
promise you, we not telling y'all anything that's gonna ruin your relationship. We trying to build them up.
Yes, we
So
are.
let's get built. Let's get bigger. If you have questions um, that you want to ask us, either about the show, just drop it in the chat. We'll still see. We'll still be able to see it. Um, Tune in next Wednesday. We will be back on live, and
Yep.
we have great content. If you have not done so yet, hit the like and subscribe button so that every time we go on live, you'll be notified. Once again, I'm Don the Pleasure Coach,
Yep. And I'm Bridget.
and this is the Threesome Show, and we're going to get at y'all later. Be easy.
Bye.